we have the planets when they're in the sky, because that's where they are.
Yep, and when you upgrade them,
the sky is a dome.
The sky's
it
a
has
dome.
stickers on it,
right?
And that's the planets.
And one of the stickers is Earth.
One of them's Earth.
One of them's Jupiter also.
NASA keeps trying to tell us that we live on Earth, but it's not true. That's a different planet.
Oh, really? Which one do we live on?
That's where the Amazonians live. They're a different species.
Like Jeff Bezos, or like the people who live in the forest?
Well, they don't have forests on Earth. They have things called spires. And they're made out of limestone.
That sounds pretty cool.
But we live on the planet McDonald's.
We live on the planet corporate.
And it functions a little bit different
sick.
here. We have like oceans and stuff.
That's cool.
So
we're like a big soup, you know? You ever think about that?
Explain that. We are a big soup.
Oh yeah, the Earth is like a big soup. So soup is like a dish, you know, typically with some sort of broth.
I'm aware of what soup is, yeah.
Right. Well, just think about it. So we're some sort of broth, you know, maybe a little bit of a brine.
Right.
With maybe meat and vegetables in it, right?
Okay.
The Earth is just like a big soup. It's a big sphere of broth.
I don't think it is.
And, you know, all the continents are sitting in it, sure. But then what's on the continents? Tons of vegetables and meat. The Earth is a big soup, man.
What do you mean? You're saying like trees and beings.
Trees are like vegetables, and you know, and then like we're the meat.
Trees are
pigs
like broccoli.
Meat, cows are meat. Yeah, trees are like broccoli. Grass, that's the vegetable. Easy.
But the Earth isn't contained in anything. There's no bowl.
I suppose so. Okay,
you can't eat soup without a bowl.
Can you just say that the ocean is a big soup?
It's not contained in anything.
It's contained within. Okay, what about lakes? Are lakes soup?
I guess so. They're a very uninteresting soup to me. I don't think any giant would be like, "Oh, I want a lake for dinner tonight."
Depends on how big they are.
I don't think it matters. The fish are so small compared to how much water you would be getting.
Yeah, that's true. It's
and
maybe
what if
a little
the
bit too heavy on the broth.
Because, like, what if it's like, or I guess lakes are all fresh water. I was gonna say the saltwater lakes. It probably scratches up your gums.
Yeah, they would be very salty, very briny broth. You know, just food for thought. It's just something I've been thinking about.
And not food for me. It's a lake for me.
Well, yeah, for you and I, but maybe for aliens.
Sure, if they're listening to this, you put the radio waves into space and they tune in with their antennas and stuff like that, and they've been listening. Well, it takes like 100 years to get to them or whatever.
We've been trying to contact them for like months now. I mean, the pyramids have been activated.
Yeah. If anything, they're just getting the radio waves of like Bob Dylan right now. We're like 50 years behind, probably.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, he was all right. And Timothee Chalamet is playing him in the new movie, so we got to go see that.
How many times are we going to talk about the Bob Dylan, Timothee Chalamet biopic on
I love
this show? Neither
We're
of us
fans,
have seen
man.
it.
Okay, and?
I don't know if I would say I'm a fan of Timothee Chalamet. I don't know.
What are you of him, then?
I don't. He's just a guy. I don't know. He's not anything.
Well, why do you like him?
I never said I liked him.
Well, why are we going to go see this movie then?
I never said I was going to go see it. I said I might go see it.
Well, I'll go see it alone then, I guess.
Okay, okay, sure. Have fun with that, I guess.
Thanks, man. I will.
What?
And I'll write an X about it afterwards.
Yeah, you should start a letterboxd.
Yeah, I should.
I'd be interested to read that.
It'd probably be really, really awesome.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I want Tina to start a letterbox so bad.
I want to know what you think about the boy in the striped pajamas. Or like Holes or something.
Those are two very different movies.
And they're both available to be reviewed on Letterboxd.
That's true. You know what? You're right. Just for you. Blue Tunes is making a Letterboxd, guys. Start linking it in the podcast description.
I'll link it in the description. I don't care.
Okay.
But that actually it's contingent on you having to start a Letterboxd.
Okay, that's
fine. Guys, you can catch up with me on Letterboxd.
You can catch up with me on Letterboxd.
It's where I post all my announcements.
Every review that I'm going to write is just going to be like, today is Wednesday. I watched Joker Folie à Deux today. It was fucking dog shit.
I was thinking like every review is just something you would post on Twitter. It's like, hey guys,
spin move.
Welcome to my review of Avengers Endgame. I'll be live on Twitch in an hour. You know?
Hey guys, I'm posting my review of Avengers Infinity War follow-up. Elon, your kids are so lucky to have you as a father.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that, yeah.
I mean, they are.
Right. Did you see the news?
What news? About Adrian
Ladies and gentlemen, Adrian Dittman. It's not Elon.
I mean, we knew this.
We were as soon as I watched Fortnite Friday, I was like, that's not fucking him.
They've spoken to each other in an X space before.
Yeah, and it just sounds like, hey Adrian, hey Elon. I mean, hey Elon.
You gotta admit, they sound kind of similar.
Oh, they sound very similar.
Yeah.
But I think the second that I watched the Connor Eats Pants Fortnite Friday stream, I was like, oh, that's just not fucking him. Like they said some things that he says, I'm like, oh, that kind of sounds like Elon.
Yeah. I mean, it's a very specific accent. So the fact that they sound that close it's
pretty crazy.
Pretty crazy.
I've never heard anyone else with that specific dialect in my entire life.
But it is just like a guy and he lives in like Fiji and his dad like owns a water bottle company or something like that. I was reading the article this morning.
That's inspiring.
I've kind of forgotten everything about it, but
that's so inspiring.
And I don't know, he's just like a guy who like, you know, he's just on Twitter. He calls himself an X content creator. And he
What does that really mean though, you know?
And he starts X spaces called The Conversation, and he talks about what kind of jet fuel they're using for the next SpaceX launch.
And how it's the best jet fuel they've ever made.
I cannot, like, if you tried to write a character to be the most useless human being of all time.
It might be it.
It's pretty close to what I would come up with.
Yeah, I think that's pretty spot on.
You know?
I just can't believe how much traction it. I mean, I guess it just gained a lot of traction because
it got a lot of traction on X.
Glazing himself.
He had 700K live viewers on the X live stream, bro.
That's crazy. What?
So,
there are countries that have less people in them than that. It's true.
It's true. That's just a fact. You can look that up.
Wow, Adrian, we're so proud of you.
Thank you, Adrian Dittman, and thank you. Listeners, for tuning in. Welcome back to the show. We're here again. It's 2025 officially. This is the first one that we're recording in 2025. It's terrible. We wish we could go back.
No, I don't.
But
dude,
we're
2024 was a fucking dog shit year.
How much shit from a dog did you see in 2024?
I saw a lot of shit from a dog, man.
You think so?
Yeah. I guess 2025 will probably be worse.
Why? Why would you go into the new year with that mindset though?
I mean, my life I think will be better, but I think like globally it probably doesn't really seem like things are going to be getting better.
It kind of feels like to me we're at a point in history where we need a new cultural leader. We need a new Mahatma Gandhi. We need a new Malala. You know, someone who inspires hope and change. Greta Thunberg didn't really work out for us.
No, she just got bullied by the right because she was too young.
I think she's still like annoying on Twitter if you follow her or something, but
yeah. I mean,
she just doesn't do it for me personally.
No, I agree. I vouch with her 100% that we need to take better care of our environment, but I think, you know.
I'm Greta Thunberg. I eat so many cheeseburgers.
Right, exactly.
I don't know.
You got to have someone a little bit more iconic.
Right. What if we had a superhero?
Right. I think we do.
What do you mean?
He's in prison in New York right now.
But he's not a superhero though. He doesn't have any special powers.
That's true.
Other than
he's more of like a Batman kind of.
Yeah,
his parents are rich and he's like angry.
He has grappling hooks and batarangs and this kind of thing.
Oh, I would fuck with a nice grappling hook.
I thought you were gonna say batarang. I think I'm a batarang kind of guy.
See, and there's the difference.
Or what's some other shit Batman
You're
uses?
Batman and I'm Robin, I guess.
Batman's always got some shit that you can like you could like hide it in the corner of a room. It's like a little ball that's like
he's got like a magic 8-ball, but it's just got like a bat on it.
What does the magic 8-ball do?
Well, instead of like telling people's future, maybe it's like a camera, or it shoots poison, or it deploys some sort of gas in the air. I
like the poison, yeah.
Like a dart. Well, it could be like an aerial thing, or it could be a projectile. You never know. Yeah.
Or it could be some kind of mind power thing, It could be like
like he controls the ball with his mind?
No, it could be like you walk into the vicinity of the ball, like you hit like a trip or something in the room, and then the ball, it sprays everywhere, and then when it gets on you, and it's like, oh, you're thinking about naked women now, Get pwned, loser. Right? And then Batman, he comes in, he ties him up. He makes the big dust cloud where like arms are flying out of it, and you see the big whoopang.
In cartoon, it just has like bang, thwip, pop.
Yeah, and Batman, he solves the crime or whatever he does.
What was the crime?
I know. Does it matter? I mean,
I guess not. But if this has to be like planted in a room, like what do you?
Well, maybe he could throw it too.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, all right.
You could throw it.
So that's your Batman object.
Yes.
Of choice.
If I had a Batman object of choice, it would be that.
You want an orb that deploys a toxin?
I said batarang first. I'll take the batarang if you don't want to give me that. That's fine.
No, I'm fine with the orb.
Okay.
So you want a ball or an orb of sorts.
It's like a whoopee cushion.
I'd like to think it's like one of those. You ever seen those like stress balls that kind of have like sand in them?
Yeah.
Like it's like heavy, but if this thing hits you, it kind of like stops.
Yeah.
Like it's got a little bit of give to it.
It's got a bit of weight.
It's got a bit of sag, maybe.
Mm.
So you take the ball, you throw it at someone. It hits hard because it's filled with sand.
Yeah.
And presumably
it's like a wiffle
toxins.
Ball. It's got like the holes in it that make it fly faster or whatever.
Yeah. And then you throw it at someone and it hits them, and then it deploys a neurotoxin that makes you think about naked women.
Yeah, I that's just an example. It could make you think about...
Can you specify what it makes you think about? Or is it always one thing?
It's kind of like a Minecraft potion thing. It's like when you're making you have to, if you want it to make people think about naked women, then you have to put a gas tier in, right? If you want it to think about, what's something distracting? Void?
Like death?
Death. It makes you think of your younger sibling who you love very dearly dying.
Okay.
It doesn't really work if you don't have a sibling, but that's something we'll have to work out with later iterations.
Yeah, okay. We'll have to talk to Dr. Nefario.
And if you wanted to do that, you have to put in a turtle shell.
Okay, yeah. Because like turtle shell, like Mario Kart, all the memories are like playing out with your siblings when you were younger.
Sure.
Them betraying you time and time again.
Yeah.
I fucking hate Smart Bounce.
So you actually don't feel that bad because they betrayed you.
No, you feel bad. The memories are there. It was an angry memory at the time, but you look back at it now with joy.
Joy.
I don't know why I said it like that, okay? I came out of my... I watched myself say that on my face cam. It was awful.
Child.
A joey.
A joey.
A joey.
I would love to fucking live in a pouch, dude. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, I think that'd be kind of tight. I can't lie.
If you know how in like Pinocchio they had what's the little fucking guy's name? Jiminy Cricket, and in Pinocchio would just like drop him in his little shirt pocket.
Yeah.
And then he'd pop out and you'd be like, Pinocchio,
I'm Jiminy Cricket.
I don't think you should eat that cotton candy, because the cotton candy has like a skull on it, and he got it from like a witch or something.
Yeah, and he's like, I don't know, Pinocchio.
I would love to be a little Jiminy Cricket, and I would live in your shirt pocket, and I would go, Henry, don't you fucking, I'm gonna smack your nose just because I feel like it.
Yeah, you would do that.
Not for any reason. Jiminy Cricket is like nice. He like, he's trying to look out for Pinocchio because he's not a real boy, but you are a real boy. So my purpose is kind of like to punish you.
I think that's fair.
You know?
Could you be like a neutral evil kind of guy?
Neutral? Oh, like the D&D alignment.
Yeah, sure.
What is being? How do you be neutral and evil at the same time?
Like you do bad things, but it's not for the benefit or detriment of anyone else.
So then,
like
is it a bad thing though? If it's not for the detriment of literally anything at all, how is it bad?
Well, it'd be like killing someone, but like not because someone told you to. Like,
well, killing someone's just bad.
Yeah. But like you could be like, like chaotic good, which is like you try and do good things, but like you kind of go about it in the wrong way, and therefore there are some like unforeseen circumstances and whatever.
Yeah.
Like you do bad things, but it's not because like you want to appeal to someone and like do the right thing, and you don't get any of the complications of being like chaotic bad, where you just like blow shit up because you feel like it, I guess. I don't know.
No, I think I'm definitely like a chaotic, evil, bad man.
You could be
chaotic. I do bad stuff and I don't even like fucking care type shit.
Yeah, you don't even like, you're just doing it because that's who you are.
I blow up babies because I put them in my ice cream.
Okay. What flavor would that be? What flavor of ice cream? And don't say baby.
Cherry.
Oh, interesting.
Because the blood is red. When you end the organs. All your organs are red.
Heart, they are like reddish,
liver,
pinkish color.
Your intestines. The inside of your skin is red.
I think the liver is supposed to be black. Mine's black.
Are livers black? I thought in every science illustration they're red.
They're definitely
they're like a dark maroon.
Yeah, I'm making a joke, man. I'm joshing here.
Oh, that was a good joke, man.
Whatever, it's fine. You don't have to say that.
No, that was really funny. Because it's black instead of red. I didn't think about that.
I'm talking about substance abuse, man. Whatever. It's fine. We're moving on. It's fine. Everyone's liver is pink.
No, it's maroon. We just said this.
Okay, whatever. Everyone's liver is maroon.
The science books don't lie to you.
You have infinite livers because if you cut out half of it, it'll grow back.
You're telling me the second edition of McGraw-Hill is wrong, bro?
No.
The first one was. That's why they had to make a second.
That's why they made another one. And that's weird because like now they're on edition 8. It's like, well, what else have we found out?
Well, sometimes, you find new stuff and you're like, well, we got to talk about that.
Got to talk about the new science they just dropped.
Because sometimes you get a new, because like the brain, we don't know shit about the brain.
We really don't know a lot about how the brain works.
But then you go in there and some scientists, poke it a little bit, and then you're like, this little section of the brain, it does everything related to, Batman and thinking about what Batman weapon you would have. Yeah.
Alfred, activate my bat lobe. And then he goes and he fights crime and shit,
Yeah. So kind of really everything we're doing right now.
Right. Yeah, our bat lobes, like if you took an MRI scan of our brains right now, our bat lobes
are lowing up, like boom, 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 big yellow, blue, whatever the color is that shows a lot of activity.
Brain activity through the roof on the bat lobe.
There's lots of colors going in and out so fast right now.
Big time. We love the bat lobe.
It's like how chess players, when they're at like a tournament, they like burn like 3,000 calories an hour because they're thinking so hard.
That's crazy.
That's us right now. We're working out right now, dude.
Yeah, we are. Our brains are fucking churning the gears. It's like butter up in my head right now.
Because not only do we have to think about what we're saying, but we have to be like, you know.
Damn, there's crime out there that I have to throw my aromatic ball that makes people think about naked women at. That's what I'm thinking.
And you got to think about that.
I'm thinking I'm going to go home. I'm going to work on I'm going to get back to my bat lab using my bat lobe. And I'm going to start making doodads and
gadgets, trinkets.
And gadgets and
all sorts
whatchamacallits.
I love a good whatchamacallit, man.
You know? Dude, I was at work today and I was like, yeah, I got to go home and like do some stuff because my friend was like, oh, can you stay on shift so we can hang out? And I was like, no, I got to go home and do stuff. He was like, oh, you're going to work on what do you got, some doodads to work on? A whatchamacallit? And I was like, all right, Robert. This same friend was telling my coworker who knows who both of us are. He was like, oh yeah, my friend has a podcast. Do you want to listen to it?
Yeah.
And then Robert pulls up you and I's podcast. And my friend is like, isn't that Henry? And he was like, yeah, check it out. Isn't that sweet? So, Robert, I just want to give him a shout out. He's a big landfill fan.
I hate that you just come on here and you shout people out without my approval. Okay. I feel it's a shared platform, so it's like you're not thinking about my
your needs.
You know what I'm saying? I have needs that need to be filled.
Okay.
I have a need in the middle of my body that needs to be filled.
What does your need right now?
My need, it's gonna need dinner in a little bit here,
dude.
That's one of my needs.
It's
another
so stupid
need,
that we have to eat.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Do you want to expand on that at all?
Just think about how much time we would have if we didn't have to waste it.
Actually, I have to take burgers out to have them thaw. Keep going. I'll be back in 30 seconds. Go.
I mean, just think about how much time. It's like sleeping. You know, like sleeping is great, but sleeping is also like every college student's nightmare. Like, I get up in the morning and I have to go to class, and I have so much shit to do, and I get so much stuff assigned, and then I get back and I'm like, I don't want to sleep. I have so much work to do. But also, it's like the great release because when you're sleeping, you don't have to do anything. Hey, man.
Releasing is one of my needs also, is what I want to add to
releasing
that.
Is one of your needs. I was talking about
you have to release.
Talk about things that we don't need, like sleep or eating.
I tell you what you don't need, that damn mop on your head.
Okay.
Get a barber, chop all that shit off. You best be starting over.
You want me to cut all my hair off?
I would love to see you bald. Yeah.
You want to see me bald?
Yeah. Cut it all off, bro.
Bald. Like, no.
Is there a hidden meaning to bald that I just don't?
Well, like, can I buzz it?
No, you gotta go bald, bro.
I don't want to go bald.
I want that shit. I want to be able to see the reflection of the light on your head.
Why?
Because I think that'd be really funny.
You want me to look like Mr. Clean?
Not like Mr. Clean. Like
he's bald. Name another bald guy.
Pitbull.
You want me to look like Pitbull or Gandhi or The Rock or Andrew Tate?
I don't want you to look like really any of those people. I just want you bald. Why does being bald make you look like other people who are bald? They're just also bald.
It doesn't. You're right. I'm sorry. I was just thinking of some famous bald people.
Okay, but think about all the not famous bald people.
Jackson, I don't want someone to grab my head and think of a fucking shift knob. Okay?
No, do people just grab your head?
No, but like, what if they did?
They won't. That's weird, man.
But they could.
If someone grabs your head, you get off at the next subway stop, regardless of whether or not that's where you're going to get off. That's not.
You wait for the next fucking train.
You say, ew, and you start smacking them with your purse.
I don't have a purse.
Okay, well, I mean, maybe that's step 2, I guess.
I'm bald, man. I don't have a purse.
Whatever, your reusable tote bag, you fucking liberal. Who cares, dude?
I don't have whatever.
You're always carrying some shit with you.
What are you talking about?
Is my sentence wrong? Are you not always
I have a
stuff
backpack
with you? You have keys?
Is that crazy? Yeah, of course I am. Are you not
take
carrying
your keys
things with
everywhere?
You? Yeah, duh.
I just said a sentence that I feel like it was true. That's it.
All right, whatever.
Name a time when you're not carrying stuff with you.
I'm not carrying stuff with me right now.
Shirt.
Shirt. Next question.
Next question.
I guess you're right. I'm always carrying, and even when I'm stark naked and I got nothing in my pockets, I got my emotional baggage on me.
And your ball sack.
That doesn't. That's attached to me. That doesn't count.
Yeah, but it hangs. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because they're big. You gotta carry them with you.
Gentlemen, do your balls count as baggage?
I think
you gotta check that stuff at the airport.
If that shit swang, then yeah. Hell yeah, man.
TSA officer, I'd like to check my cock and balls.
TSA.
Swanging.
I have a package that I need to be checked.
I got a package that I need you to check out.
Is it okay if I take it out, TSA officer?
Yeah, there are kids at the TSA sometimes.
I can't go through. Well, that's what they have the interrogation room for.
Kids.
No, so you can take your package out.
Oh, okay.
And you can show the TSA people what you're packing in your package.
Your nuts and your sausage?
Your nuts and your sausage. More nuts than sausage, if anything.
Probably.
A lot more nuts. Even if you were rock hard, I think you still got more nuts.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Because if you think about it, your dick never really increases in size. Hear me out. I know what you're going to say. It gets longer. Wrong. It extends. It retracts like one of the a pointing stick that teachers will use, or like a snow brush.
Yeah, if you have a nice one. Mine doesn't.
I have a nice snow brush. Or something else that retracts. I don't know what's a thing that retracts. A telescope.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so all of the schmeat is there. It just doesn't show itself until you're ready.
Until you're prepped.
So you always have more.
I don't know that that's true.
What do you mean?
I don't. It's just
okay.
Blood
explain
flow.
how it
it's
works.
Not,
then what do you mean? Blood flow?
It does expand.
The blood flows into the penis, but that doesn't contribute to the mass of the schlong.
Well, yeah, it does, because then it's not just flesh; it's flesh and blood. The blood does contribute to the mass of the peen.
Okay, but you wouldn't, like, if you were measuring your biceps, you wouldn't consider the blood content of your biceps.
Well, right, but if there wasn't blood in them, then they would have a smaller circumference.
I don't think that's true.
It is.
Because the blood, it's in your veins, correct?
Yeah.
Science.
Science.
Your veins are so small, so it shouldn't matter.
Yeah, but there's so many of them.
There's like 3.
I'm not saying it takes like inches off or anything like that. But like, if you were like flexing your arm, it would be. It's not like your bicep would be bigger because it's more swollen when the blood is in there. So you wanna measure it when it's swollen because that's when it's gonna be bigger.
But it's only swollen if you get like a bug bite.
Or if you like flex your arm.
Is that what swole means?
Yes.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Dude.
I'm saying, regardless, forget my argument because it was bad. I retract it. Instead, I'll say...
Instead, the package...
Your Honor, I would like to retract my argument.
I wonder how many times that's been said in court. Probably 0.
Yeah, probably 0, I'd say.
Your Honor, I've never been wrong in my life.
I still think you have more nuts. Because there's so much to your nuts. You have to think about...
there is so much going on.
Because they are packages, and the packages have an inside, whereas the penis is not a package.
That's true.
It more just like takes up space.
Yeah, it's kind of
it's like an empty box.
It's like a shield for the urethra, mostly.
Yeah, right.
But the balls, they've got a
force
purpose.
field, if you will.
Oh, a force field. Yeah.
And you could put it in Star Wars where you have those robot guys that have the circle around them.
The droidicas.
Sure.
Yep.
I'm a big Star Wars fan. The balls.
Right.
I'm just saying the balls, they get They're big.
Well, yeah. So the actual like balls are kind of like the force field around,
and they hold the
droids.
cum in them.
They do hold. Well, okay. Well, then how do women come?
They don't.
They don't. Next question.
I've never seen one.
A woman or a woman come?
I actually grew up in the.
I grew up with my father.
I grew up in.
I have an estranged mother, and my sister's dead.
With only alpha male
wolves. Yeah.
Yeah. And we ate sticks and stuff.
That's tight.
Yeah.
And did you grow up like big and strong because of that?
No.
Oh.
It more just led to me having a lot of like insecurities and stuff.
Did you feel like maybe you were made of so much stick, do you think, that people saw you as a stick?
Really, all I thought about back in the day was like when the next full moon would be. And that was kind of like my biggest worry. Yeah.
Yeah. Every 2 weeks, you could finally let it all loose.
Because I needed to howl.
That's got to be pretty constraining.
That's
right?
another one of my needs.
Howling.
Releasing, howling. Howling is a form of release.
Yeah.
Other kinds of releases are necessary as well.
Do you want to talk about those forms of release? Do you have anything you'd like to share?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
The other day, I was in a public bathroom.
Okay.
And I took a really big shit, and it felt good.
And that's a form of release.
And that's a form of release, because something was released from within me.
Let me tell you, dude,
sometimes it's emotional, sometimes it's physical.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's sensual.
I think yesterday I had a ghost poop.
Ooh.
And it was, and not only was it a ghost poop, it was pretty big too.
Are you saying you had a phantom wipe?
Yes.
Oh, dude. I saw an X earlier, and it was someone who was like, just got a phantom wipe at 35,000 feet in the air. It was on the plane.
Oh, could you fucking imagine?
That's gotta be crazy, bro.
That's gotta be awesome.
That's the highest form of release you can do.
That's way better than joining
literally. No one has ever released higher than that.
Well, think about what about Neil Armstrong?
You see, astronauts don't count because like when you're in space, like nothing.
You're not on the Earth anymore.
When you're in space, you're like traveling through time and shit. Like it gets all complicated.
Well, also, I guess there's not really anyone else to compete with in space. There have been like 100 people who have been to space.
The only impressive feat when it comes to space is like the first guy to do it. It's like first guy to get to space. All right, cool. First guy to play guitar in space. All right, cool. First,
I believe that was Lenny Kravitz.
Lenny Kravitz, that's right. First guy to release in space. Also, probably the first guy who was in space.
Also, probably the first guy there. Yeah. I'd come on the moon immediately.
Okay.
That's got to be like at least first 5 things you do.
Yeah. That's like the ultimate fetish. Jacking off in front of the entire world at the same time.
Come on, tell me that wouldn't be fucking awesome.
I'm not arguing with you, man. I agree.
God in the Bible or whatever, whoever wrote that book, was like, "Thou shalt not spill thy seed," or something along those lines.
On the moon.
No. It just says, "Thou shalt not spill thy seed," and God didn't know about the moon because He made Earth or whatever. The moon just kind of showed up. Maybe the devil did that one. I don't know. But the moon's got its own new set of rules. You can spill your seed as much as you want.
The moon is kind of a devil place.
Yeah.
Johnny Appleseed, unfortunately, going to hell. He was spilling seeds everywhere, bro.
Yeah, he was spilling seeds everywhere.
He was on some fucking...
Why the hell was he wearing
a pan
out of
his bag type shit.
Yeah.
What was that pan for?
I don't remember. I remember... very distinctly, one of my neighbors would like walk around. We would like play as kids, and he like put a pan on his head. He was like, "I'm Johnny Appleseed," and we all used to just like punch him in the pan, and it would hit him in the head. And that's what I'm saying. Like, why was Johnny walking around like that? If anyone in the town had like a wooden spoon, like 7.
Yeah. Wait, how old was the other kid?
8.
Okay. So
he was 25.
Yeah.
No, yeah,
so
but it's like, why would
you're just giving blunt force trauma to another child for fun?
Pretty much, yeah. It was pretty sick.
Oh, wow.
I hope he's doing well.
I don't think he probably will be.
I think he went to like a really, really good college. I don't remember what it was, but apparently he's doing all right.
He's at Irvine.
I said a really, really good college.
Is that not an Ivy League school?
I'm just fucking with you.
Maybe
for the common folk. I don't know. They're not spilling their seed on the moon. That's all I know.
Well, no one is. I don't think anyone's done that yet.
I know. We're all posers. We just got cummed on, and we didn't even know.
What are you talking about?
Never mind.
Okay.
Neil Armstrong, he spilled his seed in front of everyone.
He didn't. How did he spill his seed in front of everyone?
Oh, he's looking down at the earth when we were all, right in front of everyone.
He didn't come on the moon.
Maybe.
He didn't. That's just not. If he exposed his dick to the 0 Kelvin atmosphere, he would have his little schmeat would freeze, man.
Oh, God, that sounds like the worst way to go.
His balls probably would have held up because they got so much mass.
They have so much package.
They have blubber on them.
They do.
So that probably would have been okay, but his meat not been okay. It wouldn't have been able to expand.
No.
Do you have enough room in the astronaut suit to like comfortably jerk off?
I feel like you have to.
Like, could you pull like the t-shirt thing? You bring your arm into like the main core of the suit, and you reach down there, and you get it going.
There has to be.
I just can't imagine. No.
I feel like not even that it was designed that way, but I just feel like there has to be like enough of an air gap.
No, it was designed that way. No, I there's no way.
People have needs, man.
I don't think so. I do think they have needs. If he had to do it, they actually probably did like give him like a bag. They're like,
yeah,
but like once you get back in the shuttle.
I guess
not in your suit. You can't fuck up the suit. It's got like code in it and stuff. You can't mess that up.
Yeah, the inside's like finished with linoleum.
It's like it's a robot suit, basically.
Yeah, with a big circle on the top. That dome they got on there, that shit's huge.
It's a big ass dome.
It's like living in a fishbowl.
Yeah. There's a Radiohead music video where Tom York, he's like in a, I don't know if it's like a space suit kind of thing, but it is like a fishbowl that he's in. And then he's singing the song, and throughout the song, the water slowly rises. So he like keeps having to move his head up to like be able to breathe.
And that says a lot about society.
Yeah, because if you think about it, it's just like that.
Yeah. People keep on pressuring you, and you got to keep adjusting.
That was oddly true, what you said.
Yeah.
And the next phase of the interview, I want to ask you, what's a time that you feel like you've been oddly pressured?
All the time, probably.
Yeah.
Life's just so much, man. That's why I'm excited for 2025, but I'm also a little nervous. We made some predictions.
Flash drive again. I keep playing with this stupid flash drive, and it's driving me insane, man.
You got you're inspecting it?
I do keep pressing. I hitting the Y button, and it flips it around in my hand. I gotta stop, dude.
We got a little fidget.
I can't get a fidget toy because then I'm gonna go off the deep end.
Why is that?
Well, because then I'm going to be... I'll have, like, one of those cubes that has, like, the control stick in it. And I'll do the thing that I do when I pick up a GameCube controller and I move the control stick back and forth like I'm dash dancing really fast. Mm-hmm. And it's just it's gonna upset everyone around me.
Yeah.
So I just can't do it. See, it's a slippery slope because I'll get the little fidget toy, maybe even a fidget spinner, and I'll start spinning some shit around like a batarang.
Maybe a spinner with buttons on it.
Yeah. And then it's like, where do I go from there? Because I'll outgrow the fidget toy eventually. So then I'm going to need like a fidget room. I'm going to need like a whole room That's like,
the room is just blank and there's
on the
giant
wall.
light switch on the wall.
I'm doing the kid thing where I have to like write in Sharpie and stuff like that. And it's like after that, then I'm gonna need like a fidget house.
And you're gonna need a fidget neighborhood and a fidget town.
And then at that point, I'm gonna be like, I can't pay for all that. I need like fidget renters.
I need people who want to rent from my fidget apartment.
From my fidget town.
They sleep on like a giant light switch, so they like throughout the night they just like do that. They're just like turning back and forth.
There's a big light bulb in the center of the city that keeps turning on and off all night.
Yeah, every single light switch in the city is connected to it.
Yeah.
It's a big light bulb.
My stepdad, police officer of many years, correct. I'm not gonna say where he was a police officer, but in the city that he was a police officer for, there's a wind turbine.
I don't want to reveal any details.
Right.
Yes,
right.
There may be.
There is a wind turbine.
There's a hypothetical wind turbine.
And he went to like a call at like, it's like 3 or 4 a.m. or so. It's the middle of the night. And whatever. The problem's completely unrelated and I don't remember. And then just as an aside, he was like talking to this guy about the thing. And then the guy asked him, he was like, "Hey, officer, when are they going to turn the big fan this way towards our house?" Because it was like the middle of the summer and it was really hot.
He was like, "Officer, please, I'm just dying without that giant fan up there." I guess to be fair, if I didn't know what a wind turbine was, I'd probably be pretty
okay,
confused.
but it's not a giant fan.
Man, you wouldn't know. Come on.
I knew as a kid. I feel like I understood that pretty well.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like after talking to so many people, like every fucking time I try and help my grandmother with some piece of technology, and she's just like amazed.
All I'm saying is, it is astonishing that this person, probably 30 or 40 years old, has lived their entire life seeing the wind turbine. They probably drive close to it on the way to work every day.
Probably, and they just think it's a big fan.
And they just think it's a big fan that the mayor or someone has chosen to cool another part of the city instead of them. And they're just
also,
really
that's like
pissed
not
off.
how that works. That's awesome. I'm happy for them. I'm glad that they.
I wonder who they voted for.
It could be anyone.
It could be anyone.
I hope he
voted
knows.
for Jill Stein, dude.
I hope they know that the person that they voted for is going to vote to take their big fan away, and they're going to be really sad when that fucking happens.
We don't know. They could have voted for Kanye West.
Yeah, there it is.
We don't know.
God, I mean, but he did make Graduation.
I guess.
Hey, speaking of
I don't even
banging
really care
albums,
about Graduation
listening to Pimp a Butterfly was awesome. Yeah, of course you did.
What were we talking about?
Listening to Pimp a Butterfly with you and Angela was like probably the highlight of my week.
Yes, we did Music Club. Me and Angela, we have this little thing that we do called Music Club. You may have heard of it.
Yeah, many people know, but not many people are allowed.
Where we sit down and we listen to an album, and then we have the intention of talking about it after we listen to it. But then Angelo goes, it's 9 p.m. I'm really tired. And he goes to bed.
Hey, he stayed up until 10:42.
He did. To give him...
And we appreciate him.
Credit where credit is due. He did. I asked him what time to start. He had full control over that. And he picked 9 p.m. So that's not on us, but...
Nope. That's not on us.
But this was the first time we had someone else join us for Music Club.
Hey, guys.
So it was...
It's me, someone else.
Hi, Henry.
Hi.
Yeah, so you got your little 1 week chip or whatever.
Am I only invited this week?
Well, you got to come. It's like an addiction. Or it's like...
it's like Balatro.
It's recovering from an addiction.
What's the addiction?
Not listening to good music. Which many people in our society do.
The music that I listen to is fine.
I'm just saying there's a lot of... I'm not saying there's anything wrong with your music listening choices, but I am saying that Sabrina Carpenter has a lot of monthly listeners on Spotify.
Okay.
It is a disease.
You hate short and sweet?
I'm not gonna say that I hate that it's not trying to do anything at all.
That's fair.
You know?
Yeah.
I feel like, particularly recently, I feel like we've had kind of a surge in...
We have had a surge
really
in art
interesting...
that just does nothing.
I was going to go in the opposite direction. I was going to say we've had a surge, specifically in pop music, of people who are really trying to redefine and like build on something new. Like Charlie XCX and Chappell Roan.
Yeah.
They both released, I think, very complete, very... I don't know, just very different music to what has been being released in the past couple of years of pop music.
I guess that's true.
But and I feel Sabrina like Carpenter is a symptom of the disease. She has every resource in the world. She's one of the biggest artists now, we could say. I think that's accurate to say. Or what, you could sub whoever you want in here, right? Like, we could say this about Taylor Swift. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But they have more resources than any other artist in the world. They have any industry connection that you could ever ask for. And that's what their music sounds like. It's just one guy who like played on a drum machine for an hour, and then like a bunch of boring ass synths that we've heard 100 times.
Yeah.
And instead, you know, you have someone like Kendrick Lamar who said, I want to make a freestanding jazz journey. Really?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I also think it's about like the message of the music. Like, I wouldn't say that like I fucking love Brat, but like I don't know that the message of Brat is like doing anything revolutionary. Chappell Roan, I disagree. Don't know that I would be able to say the same thing, but
yeah, Chappell Roan inhibits like a very... I mean, Charlie XCX, they both kind of inhibit a similar like queer space in some sense.
Yeah.
Chappell Roan maybe more so. But I would say that Brat really at its core deals with like a lot of really complicated emotions that are maybe not necessarily put under the same scrutiny and same descriptive lens that someone like Kendrick Lamar would use to explore those emotions. But it's done in a very human way, where it's just Charlie being very upfront, using very simple language, trying to describe her world and the things she's going through.
I guess that's true.
Like, there's songs where the song with fucking Lord, where she's just talking about
how tough it is to be a girl, man.
It's tough to be a girl. But more than that, it's like, you know, sometimes you have a relationship with someone and it's like you can't really tell. It's like this weird zone of like you're friends, but you're not. But sometimes they say something where maybe you interpret it as like, oh, they're
like,
trying to...
I think we're friends, and they think that, you know, we're not. And like, I want to take them out to dinner and like hang out.
And like sometimes we're subtly competing and stuff like that. Like, I think that those emotions are explored in a very...
I guess that's true. But
in a way, it's not like just like stupid bullshit, you know, teenage girl writing a page in her diary kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's like...
But I don't know that I...
And it's all
every
expressed...
song just like that.
I don't entirely disagree, but... I don't know. I think the way it's presented is really interesting because it's given through this lens of like... basically just like club bangers.
Yeah, it's also like super accessible, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
So I mean, maybe that does have its own unique beauty and value to it. I don't know.
I think so.
I just love how direct Kendrick is, but that's also like a me thing. I'm so tired of all the glazing and being like, oh, well, like we can like start to talk about like an issue subtly. And it's like, we can maybe like get people to start. Like, I feel like at this point in society and in time, like we're sort of past being like, oh yeah, we have like a little itty bitty problem, but like it's no big deal. Like we have a lot of problems, then they're all a huge deal, and we can't just keep being like, oh well, I'm sad and blah blah blah. Like, I think the listening to Kendrick's album, I was like, he's just like song after song after song after song. I was like, oh, I can like tell he's trying to point this out, and talk about this specifically and what's wrong with it. And I don't know. I just appreciate that. Not that I don't. I fucking love Brad. It's great. And I'm hoping that, people listening to it will maybe,
it just serves a
be
different
more
purpose.
critical of their own. Yeah, I guess so. Of like their own experience, and
they're not even really
own...
trying to do remotely the same thing.
Yeah.
Van Gogh, he has many, many portraits that you could say don't really do anything, but they're beautiful paintings. And he's got some other paintings that you could be like, he's trying to say something here.
This is doing a lot.
They're both valuable in their own different way.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, that's the interesting thing about art. Sometimes it's got a purpose. Sometimes it's got nice color composition. Sometimes it's, it sounds good.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's satisfying. I don't know.
But yeah, that was your first time listening to Pimp a Butterfly, which is my favorite album ever.
It was so fucking good. It was so good.
Yeah. Have you gone back to it? The music is also like
listened? I've listened to about half of it again. It's fire.
Yeah. What were you gonna say?
I also listened to some of GNX again. Also,
yeah.
I was trying to draw some ties, because there were a couple of times Kendrick would say like a lyric or a line or something on To Pimp a Butterfly, and I was like, I swear I heard that on like a song in GNX.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'm right, but I don't know. I could also just be making that up. But yeah, I don't know. It was great. It was a really, really good album. I think Kendrick is someone who you've sort of gotten me to listen to, and I really respect as an artist. Like, he's actually going after shit, and like as you said, I feel like there's a lot of music nowadays. It's just kind of like sure, it's like pop and it like sounds nice, but it's like kind of mostly slop and like doesn't really,
I wasn't even talking from like a social commentary kind of perspective. I was honestly like strictly talking about like instrumental, but that's like a whole different.
It could be. I think compositionally, I would say the same thing.
Yeah,
I think there is a lot of music today that's just kind of like guy on drum
pad.
I don't
know. I think it's disappointing when I look at a big artist and it's like you literally have every resource in the world to do anything you want, and you do something that is not entirely different to what you would do if you were just starting out. You know what I mean? Like, it's sad that there's no real instrumental or artistic progression in that sense. Because I
think
Kendrick, similarly to Sabrina Carpenter, was at a point in the industry where he could get all of the people he wanted. He could do anything. And what he decided to do was hire a bunch of professional jazz musicians to make something that I don't think will really ever be made again. And instead of doing that, he could have just like worked with one guy who knows how to sample and work with a drum machine really well, which is also fine, like if you're good at that, right? But I'm just saying it's different is all.
It's a lot more of an involved experience, though. If you can get a lot of different people working on something.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the best. Most really, really good projects involve.
Ultimately, I think if you're creating a project that like doesn't really... Forget about like what anyone else does. If you aren't like building on yourself, given the opportunity to do so, I don't know. I think that's lame. It's just boring. It doesn't give me a reason to pay attention at all.
Yeah, well, because there are 50 million other things that, you could listen to and get the same experience.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That are probably more interesting for, however many reasons. But that is to say that kdot is my goat, basically.
Yeah, he's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. What would you give to Pimp a Butterfly out of 10?
9.5.
And a half. I was thinking about this because
I don't want to say 10 because I feel like there's no like perfect album.
Okay.
Well, maybe
I don't entirely disagree.
I don't know. Nothing is like perfect just because I don't know, especially like in music. Like music is very subjective.
I mean, this is why I think this is why fucking Anthony Fantano sucks dick and balls, right? Is because the number just means different things to different people.
Yeah.
And it's essentially the clickbait that gets people interested.
Yes.
In like what you have to say.
I think this album is a 3 out of 10.
The way you think about someone else's opinions on something are derived from your first impression on the number that they gave it, rather than the words they actually have to say about it.
Yeah.
Which creates a lot of really annoying miscommunication more than anything else, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because I
Especially
can,
if you have like a platform that's really big like that.
Sometimes I give something like an 8 out of 10 and I write my little review and I'm like, I only complain about it, but I still gave it like an 8. You know what I mean? But that's just what the experience was to me. Like, It was really good, but there were just a lot of things that annoyed me about it.
Well, so can you give me an example? If something was really good, but you had a lot of complaints about it, why is it an 8?
Sometimes the thing that sticks out to me, when I have to say words about something, sometimes the thing that sticks out to me about the experience is the things that I wish it had. Instead of, obviously if it was like something brand new, something I'd never heard before, something I never experienced, or I felt a new way, then I want to talk about that.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. I think a good example of this is like Freddie Gibbs, who's like a long time in the 2010s. He was kind of an underground rapper, but now has kind of come more into the mainstream. And he doesn't have a particularly like. It's not as clear of an artistic progression as someone like Kendrick Lamar or anything like that, where it's just like he does gangster rap and that's what he does, and that's what he did on his first project, and we're 10 projects later now and he's still doing that. And he's still good at it, but like, how am I supposed to differentiate those specific projects amongst themselves if they're all relatively, and not even saying like, like just in terms of the experience that I get out of it. There are certain things that I can point to say, this album, it's like more focusing on this topic, or this album is focusing more on this aspect of his life or whatever. But, ultimately they're all going to have bangers on them. You know what I mean? He raps good. And I can say that Freddie Gibbs is a great rapper. He does that, he clocks in, he gets it done, and I'm impressed every time.
Yeah, it's just that maybe he's not.
But what am I supposed to say at the end of the day?
Yeah,
it's
like, I've heard. This
I can say that he raps good times. And he does that every time. But then what does that say about how my words are like? Do my words have any value in that world if I just continue to say the same positive thing about something?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's also difficult too, especially as an artist. Like if you find your niche.
Yeah, and this could
be like applied to any artist. I mean, you could even say that about like content creators, I guess. Which I don't know that I'd say that they're artists, but everyone makes something. But if you find something you enjoy making, and then other people see you and you get traction and whatever, I feel like there's definitely like social pressure to continue to do that specific thing,
especially if it brings you some sort of monetary value.
Oh yeah.
Then it's like, well, damn, dude, the Among Us videos are like, they get 1 million
popping
views,
off,
man.
I guess I'm gonna make more Among Us videos for the rest of my life.
And then you do like the Among Us Skibbity Toilet mod, and you're like, you know what, that was a cool iteration on what we've been doing. And then you do
I've said that.
You do the Among Us imposter, devil, angel, god, hacker, noob mod, and
Yep. And then you get the Among Us level 99 mafia boss, and you start as the level 1 crime noob. It's tough.
The Among Us gun mod, the Among Us, but it's also TikTok on the side mod.
I rented out a building in real life to play Among Us with my friends. What?
No one's done that. See, that would be a great video.
And then one of them dies.
Among Us in real life.
There has definitely been an Among Us in real life video.
On the scale, though?
Sure, maybe not.
Maybe not. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, we'll keep that one in the back pocket.
We'll keep that one in the back pocket for sure. But you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. I don't know, I just feel like it's tough, especially now. Like, I don't know. Everything's expensive, man. Everyone does everything for the money.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's just trying to get their bag.
Which is fine.
Which I get.
I get that.
But like, we've created a system that enforces getting your bag instead of enforcing finding your purpose. And sometimes those two things are not the same.
Sometimes your purpose is being a really shitty, third baseman or something.
Yeah, right. For the
in the minor leagues.
I don't even know what their baseball team is. They might not even have one.
For the Rochester Americans.
No fucking way.
Or that's the hockey team.
Okay. Still.
Minor.
Why do they get to be the Americans?
Minor league hockey is also really funny. It's like crazy that exists. Like, oh yeah, let's go watch the minor league hockey game.
I don't know.
That sounds like a fun way to spend your Saturday night when the strip club is across the street.
I used to go to Monsters games with my dad every once in a while.
Well, there's nothing going on in Cleveland, Ohio.
So you got to do something?
I guess so. And you can't go to the strip club because you were a kid. So
I don't want to go to the strip club.
Why not? They have everything fun there.
Can I get a cheeseburger?
You could probably order a cheeseburger at the bar, yeah.
Do they have food at strip clubs?
Yeah, some of them, for sure.
Okay.
Some of them are like a bar strip club.
If I go to Crazy Horse.
They probably got food at Crazy Horse, yeah.
They probably do.
That's it. I mean, it's a chain.
I guess you're right.
Going to Crazy Horse and then leaving a Google review about the food.
That would be so fucking funny. This burger was dog shit.
This burger was I asked for it medium. They gave it to me medium rare. I only wanted a little bit pink, okay? And I'm not talking about the dancers.
They were wonderful.
They were great. The dancers were amazing.
If it was just dancers, I'd give it a 5 out of 5 stars.
The private room couch was a little sticky. I would recommend some more hygiene maybe after hours.
I'd recommend eating your burger somewhere else in the restaurant.
You're in the private room and you got a dancer giving you a lap dance and you're eating a burger at the same time.
You ask if she wants some.
No, you can't touch them. I'm not gonna. I'm at my burger.
I don't need to. I don't want to. No thanks.
No, I'm good. My hands are... I got the French fries, salt all over it, so you probably wouldn't. Yeah.
My hands are tied. I wouldn't touch them. They're a little greasy right now.
Can I get a soda? It's just
please.
Refill. Coca-Cola. Diet.
0 sugar. Dr. Pepper.
That would be like everybody at the strip club does drink diet. Coca-Cola.
Oh yeah. It's all like old dudes. They're like, oh, I gotta watch my health, but here I am
at the strip club. Well, they're watching their health in a different way.
Yeah, their prostates are probably really great.
They're going after their needs. They know what they need.
Sure, man. Yeah.
Everyone needs to release.
They're all about Maslow and his hierarchy
and his needs. Yeah.
Number 1, release.
Maslow's probably at the strip club every day.
He's like, yeah, this is the need. This is my need.
It's on there somewhere. I guarantee
For Maslow, it goes release and then food and then water and shelter.
Yeah. And at the bottom, it's grains. You have to have a lot of grains in there.
Well, why is it at the bottom then?
Well, because it's the base of the pyramid.
Okay. Yeah. The rest of it wouldn't stand.
Everything else, it has to stand on grain. If you don't have grains, what do you have? Not
release. That's for sure.
Not release. Definitely not.
Can't release without some grain in your bag.
You can't have your 4 Oreos for a treat after dinner if you didn't eat all your dinner.
Yeah,
come on now.
You don't eat all your broccoli. You don't get your fucking grains and your cholesterol.
That's what I'm saying, man.
And that's what's in Oreos.
Ugh. No, we should go to the strip club sometime.
You want to go to the strip club?
Yeah, why not?
Sure, man.
Why not? Well, I
got a girlfriend.
Who cares? You're not getting involved with the women there.
Well, yeah, but then why am I going?
You're just getting a dance. They're just dancing. It's entertainment.
Can I dance with them?
That's not really.
Can you imagine
how?
No. I'm gonna get up there, and I don't mean dance. I'm not taking off any of my clothes. Well, maybe I'll take off the shirt.
The circus doesn't ask you to join in and ride the elephant. They're there to entertain for you.
That's because they don't know how good at it I am.
Okay, if you were that good at it, you would apply for a job.
No, I got better
instead
things
you're in
to do
art
with my
school,
time.
man.
It's a hobby for me. I'm going up there and I'm riding the elephant. I get up there and I hit the Charleston.
I get sturdy on the elephant.
I get sturdy. I hit that stanky leg, dude. I even throw a worm down. The dancers all stop and they start going, woo, you know? The strip club's a fun place when I'm there. It's not depressing.
That's what I'm saying, man. And you're saying you don't want to go.
All right, fine. Let's go. Let's get a couple of burgers.
We get burger. They have great burgers there at Crazy Horse.
Well, we don't know. Apparently, according to the Google review, they suck ass.
I mean, we'll have to go. We'll have to find out.
I think that'd be so funny. Can you imagine just going there for like a date?
I think call me crazy. That's a fire date idea.
If someone asked me to do that, I would go 100%.
100%. Are you kidding me? That's better than the fucking library or whatever.
Yeah, we can't even talk there. They're going to be like, shh.
Oh, we play fucking Friv games on the public access computers.
All right, well, we don't do that anymore. We're like
play
in our
Crazy
20s.
Taxi in the kids section, bro.
Yeah, let's make it the big kids section now.
Playing those Shopping Cart Hero 4.
What the fuck are you talking about?
You never played Shopping Cart Hero?
I don't know about Shopping Cart Hero. I know about most of the Flash games.
Shopping Cart Hero is you're a guy, and you're never going to believe what he has.
Can you give me a minute to think about it?
He's got a shopping cart, and basically...
No fucking way.
He's just at the top of a hill, and it's one of those things where you press the button once to get like the max speed, and then when you go off the ramp, you press again to get the max power, and then you see how far he goes. And then you can do like flips and stuff, and you try and land tricks. If you land tricks, you get points, and then you land... and then you could put a jet engine on your shopping cart.
Oh, no, I'm thinking of Learn to Fly, but that sounds like this.
And then you can buy a baseball bat, and you use the baseball bat to hit corn, because you're going through a cornfield. So you hit corn off of the stalks, and then if you hit enough corn, then the monkey flying the plane comes, and you go into a boss battle where you have to hit the corn to the evil monkey in the plane flying over the farm because you're in a cornfield. And so,
right.
And if you beat the monkey, then you go to the ice world.
Okay.
Are you following? Did you play this game? It's just me.
No, I definitely did not.
R.I.P. Flash, by the way.
Oh, dude, I know.
It's a sad day. I don't know how Newgrounds will ever recover. All those beautiful animations.
I know. Newgrounds was an amazing website.
It was amazing. Some great songs on Newgrounds.
Yeah.
Great. It really had everything. It was the everything website of its time.
It was the X, dude.
Unfortunately, the title has been passed down.
I would trade X for Newgrounds in a second.
Oh, 100%. I would love to post on Newgrounds again.
Think about all the games that were made because of Newgrounds.
Yeah.
Castle Crashers.
That's the only one I can think of.
Battle Block Theater, Alien Invader, I think it was called. It was like a platformer shoot 'em.
Yeah. And Shopping Cart Hero 4. As well as 3 and 2 and 1, of course.
Yeah, but 4 is the most recent iteration.
Yeah. Well, it's the best one. Because they had, so when you get to the ice world, you do this, it's the same thing, but there's snowmen, so you knock the heads off the snowmen. And then if you start launching high enough and you have to collect the reindeer, and then you get, this is what I'm talking about, because it's Christmas, we've talked about Christmas. So and then you fight Santa Claus in the sky with the reindeer, because you get the if you collect all the reindeer, you get the reindeer trick, and then it's like some up, down, left, right kind of thing, and then you...
Yeah, like the Konami code, all that good stuff.
And then you go underwater, and you fight a robot shark with lasers eyes.
Interesting. And is he also in the cornfield?
No,
this
he's
game
under
sounds
the
like it was
water.
made by someone who's in the Midwest.
Maybe. I don't know.
Someone who gets it,
Someone who gets it. No, every good game is made by like some European.
Yeah, that's true.
Sexy Hiking. One of the best games of all time. You don't know Sexy Hiking?
Is that another Flash game, or is it on Steam?
Have you ever played Getting Over It?
Yeah.
You would know if you'd actually paid attention to what the narrator was saying. You would know that Getting Over It is based on a beautiful game called Sexy Hiking.
Interesting.
Made by Jezuo. And he's from like the Czech Republic or something.
Well, thanks, Jezuo.
And there's
Jezuo.
Minecraft too, I guess, but like that's kind of
whatever.
I don't know.
But like now it's made by Microsoft, which makes it less fun.
No, Jeb is still at the helm, man.
Well, Notch made the thing. And now Jeb
Did you see
is, like,
he just
kind of the
announced
big guy.
Minecraft 2?
No.
Notch, yeah.
You're kidding.
I'm dead ass. I mean, he didn't, it's not, he's like, he announced on Twitter, he said, I'm going to make a Minecraft-like game.
Okay.
And then he provided no details more than that. He just said he was gonna make it.
Do we think that like he might have been high when he posted this?
I don't think so. He kind of strikes me as a straight man. You know?
Yeah. I mean, he does have 2 Billy. Well, I guess he probably doesn't have 2 Billy anymore, but
No, he's probably got Billies.
he's probably got a Billy for sure. Maybe a little more.
No, I think he's got more than that, probably.
I feel like you just don't need more than that. I can't imagine what I would spend that money on.
Well, he spent it on like a house in LA or something.
Yeah, and then like he had a bunch of parties. But,
I know
like,
he had a big candy room. He had like a room in his house that was literally just like a pantry full of candy.
Low key, this guy might be sick.
He's also racist, but
Oh well,
that's the other famous thing
lost
about
it
Notch.
immediately. Is he really?
Yeah.
Why?
What do you want me to? How do I answer
You
that?
can't make such a
I don't
beautiful,
know.
creative, aspirational game like Minecraft and then be a racist.
Why
Like,
is
what
he
the fuck is up
racist?
with
I
that?
don't know. Like an Asian beat his mother to death with a baseball bat. I don't fucking know. I don't think there's one act that just makes you a racist person.
I guess there's no. Well, usually it's like people just.
I think you're
yeah,
just. I think you're born that way. To be honest,
I think you are.
It's just
That
you're
is
just
the
born
act.
without like empathy.
Conception is racism.
Yeah, Mary Magdalene was racist.
Yeah.
She was immaculately racist
Why immaculately?
because she was immaculately conceived.
Oh, you're right. Sorry, my bad.
So, duh.
I'd forgotten. That's my mistake.
Yeah. Read the Bible, bro.
No.
I think I'm gonna read the Quran.
Yeah.
I just feel like you should read all the books. You know.
Let's read every religious book, and then we're gonna make a Goodreads account to follow up our letterbox. Be like, yeah, this one was like a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I think so. That's a YouTube video in the making. I read all of the holy religious books, and it's the thumbnail where it's like the guy, he exaggerates the bags under his eyes.
Yeah, and it's like, he's like, oh my God, I haven't slept in so long.
I haven't slept in 800 hours.
Well,
Except
and then there's a guy
actually,
on
I
the
just
other
read the
side.
Spark Notes on all of them.
There's a guy on the other side. He's got like a halo on his head, and he's like praying, but it's not clear as to which book he's praying to.
Ooh,
You know?
yeah.
Leave a little bit of mist, and then there's like 3 black boxes on the cover that look like books, but they've all got question marks on them.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. What's like what is like Buddhism's book? Do they even have a book?
I think the Buddha, he just said a bunch of shit, and people wrote it down. And they were like, oh, this is what we got to do. We got to follow his words.
It is called the Tripitaka. I'm definitely pronouncing that wrong.
Shout out to Tripitaka. We're coming for you
It's-
on Goodreads.
Yep. Seeing what it's about.
Goodreads is so funny, man.
Come on, wouldn't that be heat? That'd be such a good YouTube
Yeah,
video.
that's what I'm saying. I think it would go crazy a little bit.
It'll take us a little long to read all the books, but you know.
We could just AI them, you know?
No.
Why
no.
not?
Because we're not reading them then.
Well, we're just trying to make a quick buck.
No, I want to read them. I want to know what they have to say.
I don't think that's true.
What?
You don't want to read the Tripitaka.
I don't know. I would read the Tripitaka.
It's probably in Hindi and stuff.
Well, I'd read an English translation of the book. I can't learn Hindi and then, I mean, I could, but like that would just take multiple more years.
Well, it's kind of like, you know, it's like subs or dubs, but for books. It's reading it, the translation versus the original. It's like you gotta read it in the original.
You gotta read it in Japanese, man.
To get the full essence of what they're saying, yeah.
I get that's fair.
You know? Because sometimes you see one of those like phrases that you can't directly translate. And then you ask like your Chinese friend, you're like, what does this say? And they're like, it doesn't translate directly, but it the closest thing, it means like, you know, water spirit meets you on
Wednesday.
On Wednesday. And you're like,
Water
I don't know
spirit.
what that means, you know? So you have to connect with the culture a little bit. You got to come to understand.
Yeah.
You have to release to understand. That's what Buddhism is about release, because we all have needs.
Buddhism is about well, Buddhism is all about giving up your needs.
Well, but by releasing, via releasing.
I think it's really funny that if you look up Buddhist sacred text, the third link is from Michigan State University.
Well, they're a reputable source.
Yeah.
They know a lot about releasing.
They do.
In Michigan.
Like they release chemicals into the air that cause our fucking football team to lose the game. It's so fucking stupid.
I was gonna say they released their criminals to destroy the Ohio football teams.
I don't know what's going on, man. They threw so hard this year, and I don't even like football.
The Buckeyes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We missed 2 field goals. I don't think I've ever seen anyone miss a field goal in football.
It is field goals are like you should literally just hit them.
Yeah.
Like they're not I remember in gym class we had like a football unit because our gym teacher was a psychopath. So one of the things that we were graded on was whether or not you can kick a field goal.
Really?
Yeah. I got 0 points on that assignment.
So sometimes you do miss.
You had 5, I think it was 5 tries, and
how far back?
It was literally you get like 5 points if you hit it, and you get 0 points if you don't. It was like standard field goal. It was like 20 yards or something. That's
far for like a kid.
I was in high school. I mean,
oh, okay.
Here's the thing. I didn't hit any of them, but there were a lot of other people in the class who hit all of them first try. And you know what the crazy thing is if you missed all the field goals, you can go to the teacher and you could be like, I want to redo it. And then you go after school and you redo the assignment after school. And I did that, and I missed all of them again.
All right, well, you know, it happens.
Yeah, it's whatever. He died of cancer, so it's fine.
Oh, that sucks.
He's in hell. But he is. He was a terrible person.
Just for making you do that?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
He was a ratchety old man who genuinely he had no love in his heart. I genuinely believe that he had no love in his heart.
Did he have a wife?
If he did, he never talked about her, which seems like where's the love there? Because if you have a wife, you should talk about them.
You should, yeah.
You should say, by the way, I was hanging out with my wife who's awesome earlier.
Yeah.
And then you should talk about it.
It's like the gold standard.
Yeah. But anyway, he's dead.
He's gone.
But I'm saying my point was in high school, there were fellow students of mine that could hit every field goal that they went for. And somehow there's professional footballers where it's their job to kick the damn football, and they just can't do that.
They get fucking Charlie Brown at the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving.
I don't even know why, right? Just imagine the audience naked. Like, who cares, dude? Lock in.
There was a field goal for the Rose Bowl game like 2 years ago between Ohio State and Georgia, and we would have won if we got it, and the guy missed it. But I do understand. We were going for it like last minute. It was pretty far down the field. Like it was not close to the goal whatsoever. Yeah. And he missed. And I was like, all right, well, you know, I'm upset,
the far
but
ones
like
are
I get
tough.
It. Yeah. But
if you're within that golden strike zone, you know.
Yeah, I have no idea, man.
I feel like there's no excuse.
Oh, I agree.
You're just paid to do it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or I guess the college guys aren't paid, are they?
No, they are now.
Oh, they are now?
Yeah.
How much do they get paid? They get is it like a commission on ticket sales or something? How does that work?
I don't remember.
I remember we debated this in 8th grade, which that's always a good place to, learn about what economic policy you should do is talking to the issue with 8th graders. But there was a big debate about whether or not college athletes should be paid.
Livy Dunn does not count. Why is the second
Livy Dunn
one
is not on the
here?
damn football team.
That's what I'm saying.
And neither is the Rizzler. Or the Costco guys.
Okay, so I don't know how to pronounce this guy's Shadur Sanders.
There's a person.
There's a guy. He plays for Colorado, Colorado State. Or Colorado University, maybe? I don't know. The Buffaloes.
They probably got one damn university in that state.
University of Colorado Boulder. This guy gets paid $4.5 million every year.
To play the pigskin. Throw it around on the damn field.
For college.
For college. And is he, can you tell, is he an outlier? Is that
I think so.
Yeah. That to me seems like an outlier number. But even if that is the average has to be way higher than I thought it. I thought they would get paid fucking.
The Ohio State football team's player payroll for the 2024 season is estimated to be around $20 million.
For all the players.
All of them.
How many players are there on the team? It's 40, right? There's a lot of them.
Yeah, but still $500,000.
Yeah, that's still crazy.
That's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. I would have never guessed it would be that high.
I didn't think so either. But we're also.
I thought they'd get paid high end $50K or something.
Yeah,
a year. It seems awesome to me. That's wild. Whoa.
Yeah, that's so much money.
I just got Barstool Sports, bro. I didn't realize. Yeah. I should have picked a different career path. What am I doing?
Who knows? Yeah, we could have been kickers.
And we could have missed field goals and gotten paid $500,000.
Apparently so.
That's crazy, man.
I don't know.
Damn.
Yeah, that's so wild to me.
I guess I'll just be a storm chaser instead. That's kind of my backup plan.
You mean a guy who follows tornadoes?
In a van, yeah. And I have there's a big antenna on the van, and I have a machine in it, and it's called the tracker.
The Trackinator?
Something like that,
It's called the Tornado-inator.
It's usually on tornado mode, but you can set it to crazy horse mode, which is just a GPS that takes you to the nearest crazy horse.
I love crazy horse mode.
I'm usually in crazy horse mode.
That's fair. I understand.
Well, sometimes there's tornadoes there.
Yeah.
Most tornadoes occur within a 25-mile radius of a crazy horse.
I would believe that to be true.
100%. Because crazy horses are only in rural Ohio and, Well,
if you you ever watch Jack's films?
There's probably more crazy horses than there are elevators in the state of Wyoming.
Do you mean crazy horses? There are more crazy horse buildings
than elevators. Wyoming? Yeah.
I feel there's no way.
I feel it's close.
It could be close, but I feel it can't, right?
I don't know, man.
It could. I hope it's not.
I forget. I saw a thing a long time ago that was and I don't know if it's true. So don't. If you're coming to this podcast for true information,
get the fuck out of here.
You've got it all wrong.
You've got the wrong guys.
But a long time ago, I feel I read something or I watched a video that was in the state of Idaho, there's only one escalator, and it's in the big airport or whatever, and that's it.
That's crazy.
And I was that's funny if that's true.
They would do that.
And I believe it, too, because it's like, what else is in Idaho? The farms that Five Guys gets their potatoes from, and that's like kind of it.
What more do you need?
A crazy horse.
Okay, well, all right. So, but then after that, like, what else would you even want?
You know what I need? One of my needs here, Henry, is it's like a mall, but it's all crazy horse.
Okay.
It's like
you want me to like draft one of those up for you?
It's like the mall is all different shall we say adult entertainment proprietors.
So you've got like a lion's den.
It's like, you can go into the place that's like, we do this is just the normal strip club. And then like across from that, you have the one that's like, this is the slime strip club. We do slime stuff here. And then you go to the other one and it's like, we do, bestiality or something.
Yeah, and it's called like the Wolf's Den or some shit.
You can have sex with a hedgehog here.
I don't want to do that.
And then the one next to that is like, this is the strip club where we keep the socks on, but everything else comes off.
It's the same as every other strip club.
And it's called "We're Not Gonna Blow Your Socks Off."
That's a good one.
Keep that one come on, join with me in on the bit here.
Yeah, and then we've got one where like they have a bunch of like cool stuff in the front, like maybe like a little bit of like grunge outerwear type stuff. And then in the back they have a bunch of sex toys, and we'll call it Spencer's, and it can be there.
Okay, Spencer's just gets to be there.
Well, yeah, I mean it's related.
It's not really like a strip club play. It's just you can buy merchandise.
It's like
there.
You got food at the food court, and you need somewhere to sit.
Oh, there's one for food.
You're going to the strip club, you got to have somewhere to buy toys, and then you have to go somewhere to use them. So that's what Spencer... Maybe we'll have an Adam and Eve.
Right.
The
food strip club, they put burger buns in between the women's breasts. And it's like, do you want a burger, honey? And they come out in like, they're dressed like they work at McDonald's or something. And they're like, why don't you take a bite of this big, juicy burger, honey?
Honey. Do you have to get called honey?
You only get called honey if you ask for honey mustard at checkout.
Smart. So there's maybe some codes of sorts.
Right. It's like the In-N-Out secret menu.
Right, that they have published on their website.
Yes. And
I'm on to you, West Coasters.
If you ask for ranch, they call you a cracker.
I like that one.
Hey, cracker, do you want a big bite of this juicy?
I like it a little less.
Hey, little cracker, you want a bite of my big juicy breasts burgers?
Ooh.
They're called.
If you say you want
you don't want to know what happens if you order the Big Mac, or God forbid the Whopper.
I would low key. I would love to know.
Yes, I'd like to supersize up, please. Thank you.
Please,
come on. Let's get one more here, and then there's another one where it's like
maybe one for people that are just like jacked out of their minds.
It's like the bar in Japan where it's all muscular women.
Oh, it's all like
and you can pay to have them slap you. That's good.
Oh, okay. I thought you were thinking of the bar where it's all muscular men.
I mean, it's inclusive, right?
We could have both.
Yeah. We don't
Not
discriminate here.
Slaps a lot.
Collapse a lot.
No, slaps a lot.
I like slaps a lot.
And
it can be like it's like medieval themed.
Yeah.
There's like a blacksmith person.
And they're wearing like very minimal clothing.
It's like a loincloth kind of situation. And they're
exactly.
You can hear it from halfway across the mall. They're slamming the big hammer on the metal going ding, ding. The sparks
they're slamming
fly
on the metal.
off.
And then they make all sorts of innuendos and they're like, I'd like to sharpen your sword.
Yeah.
Young one.
Do you want to, would you like to go slay the dragon?
I've got a dragon you can slay, honey. And then you've got the one guy.
If you want to slay the dragon, you're going to need a dragon's horde's worth of gold to pay for that. Cracker.
Right.
Something like that.
Yeah, I like that. Let's go to this place.
You see, this is a $1 billion idea.
I think it's a very American idea.
No, I don't think so.
No?
I think Japan is just as porn addicted as us.
Oh, they're worse.
Yeah. Well, I think maybe on average they probably go harder in the paint, in the MFN paint.
Yeah.
But I think we probably go...
per capita, there's more people, I think, here.
Well, I was going to say we go wider.
Okay.
If that makes sense. Like, we have the whole... we did what the Carnegies did, and they bought every step of the production line, you know?
Yeah.
So they control the whole process.
They control the porn.
So we get it out easy and like without much regulation. Whereas they have to put, in Japan, they put the little black bars over the head of the penis and stuff
true.
like that.
Yeah.
And they have to
got all the pixelized, yeah.
Pixelating costs a lot of money these days, you know?
Really?
No.
I feel like nowadays you just have like AI. Let's ChatGPT, find me this penis.
Or so I like the ones where it's like it's like the guy's penis. They just make it look like it's from heaven, where it's like all glowing and you can't. It's like bright white. Have you seen this? You know what I'm talking about?
No.
In some like hentai, they do.
He's got the holy penis.
They literally just like make it shine, like it's glowing.
Rad.
And so,
That's so sick.
I don't know why.
And that would work perfectly with our restaurant. I bestoweth upon you this holy penis.
There's like a heaven one. It's like we do all of your. This is
right.
We when you come to heaven, you get the god pussy, and they're dressed like angels or something.
I will say, I think Hell's Penis is a hard ass name for a band or an album or
something.
Something's there.
A biker gang.
Hell's Penis? Yeah.
That's right.
The jackets would go crazy. Think about it. You get matching like biker jackets.
They're on the back of their biker jackets. It says dicks and then in parentheses not sporting goods.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I think we're onto something here. And I think we should end the podcast before we give away too many of our